Hi everybody, Noah here with Learn Meta-Analysis, and in this video we are going to calculate our standardized mean difference effect sizes based on our raw data that we have coded in our data file using metafor for R. So we're going to start with the assumption that you have installed R and installed RStudio. Now the first thing that we're going to do, assuming you have not done this before, is we're going to install packages that we need to R so that we can actually calculate these results and run our analyses and then build the tables that we want to build later. So the first thing that we're going to do is install packages. The first one is metafor. This is what we're going to use for our meta-analysis and also calculating our effect sizes. So to do that, we simply type in install.packages, do the parenthesis, and then we use the quotation mark, put the name of the package in between, and close everything up. So you can just see that we have this code here. And then we also want to do this for a package called tidyverse. So metafor will install pretty quickly. Tidyverse takes a little bit longer to install. I already have these installed here, but I'll show you just what this looks like so that you can see how to do it. Now, you're probably wondering, how do I actually run these things? Well, the way you do that is after you type it in, you can just highlight what you want, and then up here in the upper right, click Run. So you can see now, after we've done that, it's saying, oh, we're installing this stuff. Oh, it's already got it. Okay, great. Now I'll show you what tidyverse looks like in comparison. So you can see tidyverse went quicker because I had it installed. I'm letting you know now that the first time you install tidyverse, it's going to take longer because it has more dependencies, but it will let you know when it's done. Okay, the last thing that I want to say about this is you only have to do these things once. So the very first time you install R. So what I tend to do is I actually have a separate file that I call installed packages, and I just keep track of all my installed packages there. So I basically just have one line just like this for all the packages that I have. So that way when I have a fresh install of R, I just run that whole data file, leave my computer and go do something else, and then come back and everything's installed. Okay, so assuming you have this done and we are actually ready to calculate our standardized mean difference effect sizes from our data set. The very first thing that I like to do when I open up a new R session for the day is set the working directory. Now, the way that we do that is we click on Session, Set Working Directory, and I'm actually going to do this to the source file location. And what that means is it's going to actually start recording files and set the working directory as the one where this file is stored. So what that means is, for me, I like to have a separate folder for every data analysis, and I keep a copy of my data set there. So using source file location for me works well. But that may not work best for you. You may need to go with the choose directory option. But for now, I'm going to assume that you are able to use the source file location. So I'm going to click that. And you'll see down here in our console, it says we have set the working directory to this location on my computer. Okay, so that done, we know that when we save this, everything is going to be saved into that working directory from here forward. Okay, so now what we need to do is read in our data file, okay? So I'm going to preface this by saying that my data file is located in that source file location. So I keep my data file in the same location as my R file. So give me 1 second here. I'm going to show you an example of what I'm talking about. Let me just grab the window and I will drag it into the video screen. Just give me 1 second here. Okay, so what I mean is you can see I have my videos folder, and then I have a separate folder. So for Learn Meta-Analysis, Conventional Meta-Analysis, although I spelled conventional wrong, so I'm gonna have to fix that. You can see here, there's our history file. This comes up automatically. This is the R file that we are working with right now, and this is my data set. And my data set is stored as a .csv. And I always do that when working with R just because it's habit, but R can use a bunch of different types of data files. Okay, so let's take a look at the commands that we're going to give R to read in our data. So the first thing that we're going to do is create a name for this data set. I am going to use the name dat1 for data1. Really creative, right? So dat1. Then we use this little reverse arrow. I like to think of this as reading in this way. I want you to use this name for whatever this function is. That's the way I think about it. So we're going to use the command read.csv. That's going to let it know we're going to bring in a CSV file. And then when we use the quotation mark here, we can simply type in the name of the file in our working directory and then close everything up, as you can see here. So again, I'm going to show you. This is typed in the exact same way. I'll put these side by side. So this is my working directory. You can see I have it called SC sample data, And here it's called SC sample data in the exact same way. I have capitalization the same, everything is exactly the same. So before I run this successfully, you might be wondering what happens if you make a mistake. So let's try it. I'll just put a 1 at the end. That file does not exist. I'll highlight this and I'll hit run. And you can see we have an error down here and it says can't open the connection to the file. No such file exists. Oh, okay, so that lets me know I have a typo. But when I remove that and I hit run, you can see over here in our environment, we now have a DAT1 data item. And you can see it has 27 observations of 11 variables. What does that actually mean in practical terms? What that means is it read in your data set. Okay, so you can see if you click on the little, on my screen, it's blue. If you click on this little arrow, it will display over here. And so you can see what my columns are labeled here, and it will tell you what types of data are included in each one of those columns. So characters, integers, etc. So I'll close that up just so that it looks a little bit cleaner. And now we need to calculate our overall effect size. So, I'm sorry, not our overall effect size. We will calculate effect sizes for each comparison because in my data file, let me open that up for you so you can see what it looks like. So in my data file, you can see I've coded the mean, standard deviation, and sample size for the intervention group. And I've also coded the mean, standard deviation, and sample size for my control group. This is the data that we need to actually calculate an effect size, but I don't have the effect sizes here, right? I only have that raw data. And this is how I actually suggest that you code your data for meta-analyses. I covered that in another video. But this is how I always code my data, and then I let my software calculate my effect sizes and the effect size variance for me. So we will need the effect size and the effect size variance to run our meta-analysis. So what we are doing right now is essentially data preparation. Okay, so we're back here in R. So what we want to do is standardize mean differences, which is Hedge's G, right? And we also need the variance. So what do? Well, personally, I tend to overwrite my data file, and I'm sorry, not overwrite my data file. I want to add this onto my data file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say DAT1 is still going to be my data. So what it's going to do is it's going to say we have DAT1, and then this command is going to add 2 new columns to the end of DAT1. So we're going to use a function from metafor. So it's important that we loaded metafor, right? So if you don't remember if you did that or not, you can just go up here, highlight metafor, and hit run, and it will say it is built after it builds. Okay, so we're going to use the function escalc. That stands for effect size calculation. The next command we have is measure. It's asking what effect size measure do you want to use? We are going to use standardized mean difference, and that's because this is what I use most frequently in my field, but there's a number of other options that you can see in the metafor documentation as well. So SMD, standardized mean difference. So the next few things here have to do with telling metafor where to find the data. So M1I, this in NOAA language stands for the intervention of the first group, which for me is going to be the intervention group or the experimental group. So what is this called in my data file? That's essentially what it's asking. So it's saying the mean of the first group. What does that equal in your data file? Well, in my data file, that is called int mean. And if you want to double check that, you can go over here and look in our data set, and you can see I have int mean. And I know that this is the mean of the intervention group when I coded it. SD1I. This stands for standard deviation of the first group, and you can see that for my data set, that is INTSD, intervention standard deviation. N1I, same sort of thing, but N refers to the sample size. So again, the sample size for my intervention group is labeled as INTN. We get down here into our second row. This is asking the same thing about the second group. So M2I, this for me is my control group. So I have C mean because that's what it's labeled in my data set. Standard deviation for 2I. This is the standard deviation of the second group. For me, this is the control standard deviation. I have that labeled as CSD. And last but not least, we have N2I, which is the sample size of the second group. I have that labeled as CN because that is that is the sample size of my control group. Okay, and the final piece to this equation here, or I shouldn't call it an equation, the final piece to this function is we need to tell it what data to use. So we are going to tell it to use DAT1 as our data because that is what we called it, and you can see that we called it that over here in the environment. So what we'll do is we'll highlight this and we'll hit run. And if you're new to R, you'll probably notice it came up down here where it says DAT1, it ran it, right? There's no errors or anything like that, but it doesn't show you anything. Right? So how do we actually get it to display it? Well, if we want it to display, we can just give it the command DAT1 and then run it. And what that'll do is it'll give us all of our data down here. So you can see we still have our study author row, our some of our other variables, our moderator variables here. But the very important piece is the final two columns that we added. You can see we have one, yi, that's our effect size. And you can see we have a second one, vi, which is the variance for our effect size. These are the two pieces of data that we need in our data set to be able to run a meta-analysis. So now we have that there. It is all labeled within DAT1, and that will conclude this video on how to calculate our standardized mean difference effect sizes using metafor in R. Thanks, and I look forward to talking to you guys in the next video.